And a school board in Oklahoma in June approved the first religious charter school in the U.S. to receive public funding. But a lawsuit against the board to prevent its opening soon followed. NTD's Daniel Monahan spoke with Alliance Defending Freedom, which represents the school board, about the case.
Charter schools are public schools which are publicly funded and operate independently. In June of this year, the Oklahoma Statewide Virtual Charter School Board voted to approve the application of St. Isidore of Seville Virtual Catholic School. A group of plaintiffs called the Oklahoma Parent Legislative Action Committee then sued to overturn the board's approval of St. Isidore. The legal firm Alliance Defending Freedom has since filed a motion to dismiss the lawsuit and defend the board's decision to allow religious groups to seek public funding for privately operated charter schools. Alliance Defending Freedom Senior Counsel Phil Seckler.
Yeah, I would say the issue, Daniel, is whether when the state decides to give public funding to privately operated schools, it can treat religious groups as second-class citizens, whether it can discriminate against religious applicants and treat them differently from other private applicants.
Seckler says the Supreme Court addressed the matter 2 years ago in Carson versus Macon. The decision responded to the state of Maine's rule prohibiting tuition aid support for religious schools.
Another program was set up by the state of Maine to provide assistance to parents who wanted educational opportunities. And the state said, but it has to be a non-sectarian school. And the Supreme Court made it clear that you can't treat religious groups like second-class citizens. They have to be treated the same, so that if the state decides to give public funds to privately operated schools, it needs to do so fairly and has to treat religious groups the same.
Seckler says the free exercise clause of the U.S. Constitution makes it clear that if a state decides to open up an educational opportunity to private groups, it can't tell religious groups not to apply.
It has to treat them the same way. It can make many choices, but once it decides to make that an opportunity to private groups, it can't treat religious groups as second-class citizens.
The free exercise clause protects the right of citizens to practice their religion as they please, so long as the practice does not run afoul of public morals or a compelling governmental interest. Seckler believes St. Isidore would offer a valuable Catholic education option for parents in remote areas of Oklahoma where no nearby Catholic schools are available due to how spread out the state is.
That the board, when it made its decision to approve St. Isidore, decided it was going to treat St. Isidore just like it would treat any other applicant. It was not going to discriminate against the school because it's Catholic. And that decision just adds to the choices that Oklahomans have available.
One of the plaintiffs in the case is Reverend Lori Walker. Walker told an Oklahoma newspaper, quote, "You can't use people's tax dollars to promote or establish religion." NTD reached out to Walker and the Oklahoma Parent Legislative Action Committee who brought the lawsuit. We are still waiting to hear back from them. St. Isidore plans to open in the fall of 2024. Daniel Monahan, NTD News.